Okay, here's a side view of Megan Langenfeld. She won the MVP for the College World Series in 2010. She played for UCLA. She's a fantastic player, great hitter, and here's a waist-high pitch that she hit for a home run during the World Series. She's probably a pretty good person to model your swing after. And we're going to use her and her side view to compare your swings to. So let's just go through our checklist. First we want to see back knee to pitcher and then the belly button to pitcher. So she's fully rotated her body, and those are both a check. Is her front leg straight at impact? Yes, it is. Is her back elbow bent? Yes, it is. She's up on her back toes right there. She is palm up, palm down. It's a little blurry, but you can see she is not rolling her wrists over. She is palm up, palm down at impact. And another thing at impact is the elbow is above the hands and the hands are above the barrel. So you've got this downward tilt to the bat. The bat is not flat at impact. There's a downward tilt to it. So she's in a perfect position there as well. And the last thing is, are her eyes on the ball? And they most definitely are. Her eyes are looking right down at that ball. So here's a checklist of using Megan Langenfeld. Okay, Brittany, we're going to check your impact position against Megan Langenfeld's. Your hips rotated, your back knee to pitcher. Yeah, could go a little bit more and a little bit faster, but yeah, that's a pretty good job. You got your back knee and your belly button facing the pitcher. That looks good. Is your front leg straight? You got a little bend to it. It's pretty straight, but you got a little bit of a bend to it. Is your back elbow bent at impact? Yeah, it's bent there. Let's see here. Are you up on your back toes? Yeah, your shoelace, your foot's not quite fully rotated facing the pitcher. It's still a little bit kind of facing that way. But that looks pretty good. And are you palm up, palm down? Let's see here. Palm up, palm down. Yep, you're palm up, palm down. You're not rolling your wrists at impact. And let's see, your elbows above your hands, hands above the barrel. That looks good. And are your eyes on the ball? They're right on the ball, so that looks good too. So yeah, so far impact position, I think it looks really good. Okay, now we're going to use our elite softball player, Megan Langenfeld, and she's going to show us how to get our body connected and how to rotate properly. So first off, here's right after her stride. You can see she's up on her front toe. She's at toe touch. And now she's going to drop her heel to heel drop, and that's going to start the rotation. So what I'm going to do here is draw a line on that side of her head, on that side of her head, and a line right through her body right there. And you can see she doesn't lunge. She doesn't move towards the pitcher. Once she starts to rotate, she keeps everything still and just rotates her body right around that stationary axis right there. Let's watch that again. Head still, body still, everything rotates. Okay? So that's a proper way to rotate. Let's take a look at, as she's rotating, Ike to Mikey, okay? So here she is, her front shoulder's touching her chin. There's Ike. She rotates all the way to Mikey right there as well, okay? Another thing I want you to look at her front shoulder. Her front shoulder does not stop rotating until she hits the ball. It rotate, it keeps rotating all the way till she hits the ball. Let's look at another thing. Let's see, look at how her hands are about shoulder height when she starts, or about as high as the highest strike. Now we want to keep the bat nice and close to our back shoulder. As you can see, she does a great job of doing that, keeping the bat close to her back shoulder as she rotates. And the last thing we're going to look at is right at impact, we know that her back elbow is bent, okay? Now, after impact, everything extends. And now we're going to call this the power V, and you can see that our power V is up, just like that. So now we're going to use all these checkpoints and see how you guys look as well. All right, now we're going to look at your connection and your rotation. So as soon as you start to rotate, I'll draw the lines. So let's see, you start about right there, okay? So we're going to draw a line on that side of your head and then a line right through your body. And let's see if you sway or move or if you just rotate. Your head stays still and you just rotate right along that axis. That looks really good. So you're not lunging at the ball or anything like that. You're just rotating once your front heel drops. That looks really good. Let's see, Ike Mikey shoulders. Okay, let's go back here. So let's see, right there, your chin's touching your front shoulder, Ike, and we rotate around. Your front shoulder rotates all the way to impact. And then your chin's pretty much touching Mikey right there too. So you're rotating your shoulders well. Let's see, your back elbow, let's see, gets connected right there. Now we want to see everything rotate and sync together, okay? So everything's going to rotate together. It's the stripe of your pants. Okay, stripe of your pants is there, elbow's there. Stripe of your pants keeps rotating with the elbow. Yep, all the way to impact. Looks pretty good. Your hands maybe you just get a little bit ahead, but I wouldn't worry about it. That looks pretty good. So your whole body is rotating in sync together. That looks real good right there. Okay? And let's see, are you keeping your bat close to your back shoulder as you rotate? Let's see, right there. It's close, close, close. Yep, you're keeping it nice and close. That looks good. And the last thing, let's see, two more things. So we've got a bent elbow at contact right there. That looks good. And then now we're going to extend after contact. But your power V is down a little bit. And I am guessing when we look at your hand path, that's going to tell us why. So all in all, looks pretty good. And we'll see what happens when we look at your hand path as well. But you made really good contact with this ball. Right in the middle of the ball, it's good line drive. So, okay. Okay, now we're going to look at some of the keys to making good solid contact with the ball and hitting hard line drives as opposed to infield pop-ups. And what that entails is getting the bat on the plane of the pitch. So we're going to look at a lot of different things here. First off, what I'm going to do is plot Megan Langenfeld's hand path, okay? And I drew a yellow line right even with her logo on her shirt, her UCLA logo, okay? So I'm just going to plot her front hand here with a red line, and we're going to see what that front hand does as she rotates around. Okay, so it stays there. There it goes. You can see that her hands never drop below the yellow line. And her hand path is kind of this shallow U. And the barrel of the bat is going to follow what your hand path does. So you can see that's her hand path right there. It never drops below that yellow line. And what that's going to differ and what you're going to see from some of the girls is a lot of them have a straight down hand path where the hands go straight down like this. And that's what we're going to fix, and then that's going to lead to more consistent contact. The next thing we're going to look at is the path of her front elbow. So right here she's going to begin to rotate, so I'm going to plot that same red line on her front elbow. The way she's able to keep her hands above that yellow line is her elbow rotates up on the same plane as the bat, okay? So the elbow rotates up. That's another important thing there. And the next thing is we're going to plot the barrel of the bat and the pitch, okay? So give me a second here to get this set up. Here comes the pitch, okay? So I'm going to plot the pitch with a green line. And there's the ball right there, and here's the ball right here. So the pitch is coming in right here. Right like right about there. Okay? Now I'm going to use a red line, and we're going to plot the barrel of her bat, okay? So right there, she's starting to get her barrel on the plane of the pitch. And her barrel is right there. Let's see, let's plot it again. Barrel's right there. Right there. So you can see, because of her hand path not dropping below the yellow line, the barrel of her bat is on plane of the pitch for a long time. That means if she's a little bit early or a little bit late, she can still make good contact with the ball because the barrel of the bat is on plane with the pitch. So now we're going to use these examples and see how you guys look. All right, Brittany, now we're going to plot your hand path and see if you're getting your bat on the plane of the pitch, okay? So here we go. I got a yellow line right at your logo, and we're going to plot your hand path with a red line, okay? I'm going to put it right on your lead hand. So there, you can see it's close, but you're coming below the yellow line just a little bit, and that's going to cause your bat to have a little bit swinging down on the ball. Just like that, okay? So it looks pretty good, but your hands are dropping below the yellow line a little bit, okay? So let's see how your front elbow is rotating. Well, again, we're working on having the front elbow rotate up from here. Rotate up on the same plane as the bat, and then that'll keep your hands above the yellow line too. So yeah, actually that looks pretty good. You're rotating your front elbow up, All right, that looks good. And now let's take a look at the bat and the plane of the pitch. So I got a couple green lines there. The ball is coming in about that angle right there, okay? So now let's see if you're getting your bat on the plane of the pitch, okay? So let's plot this in red. Okay, so I'm going to go right there, right on the barrel of the bat, okay? Pretty good. Right about like that, okay? So because your hands are dipping a little bit below the yellow line, the pitch is just right exactly where, right there, your bat is intersecting the bat plane, right there. That's good. Right there, it would be real solid contact too. But if you would have hit the pitch right here, you might have swung under it. So if we work on keeping your hands above the yellow line and rotating your front elbow up, that should make your bat get on plane and stay on plane from your back leg all the way to in front of your front leg. Then you'll be on plane. You can be a little bit early, a little bit late. You'll still hit the ball solid. But all in all, pretty good. Looking really good.